I would like to see clean pantries of a few good quality products and then save that space for something else.
Oh, and a full year, and that lets you save. Okay.
Welcome to a brand new edition of Ageless Energy, where we talk about how to burn fat, increase energy, and balance hormones for women over 40. Over the past 20 years as a performance coach, I've worked with hundreds of women that have the exact same struggles you do. I hope to shine some light with this podcast on what can be the most challenging time of your life and let you know there is hope to find success with your health and what you're looking for. Please share and enjoy.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Ageless Energy Show. I'm your host, Drew Tadia, and today we're going to talk about supplement stacks, the smart way to combine your supplements. I'm getting this question more and more often that can I put collagen with protein? Can I put MCT oil with maca? And I'm going to give you some clear answers. So that's what's coming up today. I'll give you a better idea of how to make sure you're using your supplements, using them smartly, maybe I'll touch on how to stack habits a bit, but these questions come up often, and I feel like it's worth sharing my answers with everyone instead of just with individuals. So that's what we have going on today. It's going to be a short one. Try to have you out of here in 20 minutes, 30 max. I have some products here. I'll bring them out. I'll show you exactly what I got, what we're working with, and hopefully that'll offer some clarity for you moving forward. If you're not sure who I am, I already mentioned. Drew Tadia, CEO of True Form Life. For the past 20 years, we've been helping women 40 plus increase energy, burn body fat, and balance hormones. So if that's you, you're in the right place. So when I talk about stacking supplements properly, you can stack your supplements for a purpose. So it could be for energy. You could stack your supplements for recovery. When you could stack your supplements for brain health. There's a number of different purposes. I think a lot of people just take supplements because they're supposed to take supplements and they don't really know why, how, when. And that's really why we started this company, the supplement end of our company. But so the clear definition of what a stack is, in its simplest form, is you're taking two or more supplements and you're putting them together to boost the effectiveness. And the effectiveness could be to improve consistency. It could be to improve a specific result like recovery or pre-workout or brain health or digestion. So that's all a stack is. It's like I feel like the word stack in the supplement industry is like, what are we talking about? Because in the English language, it can mean so many different things. But there's also I feel like stack is similar to macronutrients. I know the word's much different or shorter. Macronutrients is longer, but macronutrients just means 4 food groups, basically. And then so you have your stack. All it means is, in the simplest form, is you're combining supplements. So think of it like building a meal, for example. Like we believe in the 4 macros. And that's, if you're not sure what those are, that's you have your protein, you have your carb, you have your fat, and you have your antioxidants. Most companies only mention 3 macros. Or when you read about macros, you read about 3. We feel like the 4th is certainly important. Regardless, like when you have your supplements, they become more effective when you're putting them together instead of just taking one off, especially randomly at random times because it's sitting in your cupboard and you forgot to take it. Creating lifestyle habits will change your supplement world. I feel like a lot of times people take supplements kind of one-off. Like I see all these pictures online of people's cabinets, or you go to friends or family's house and they have like a whole, could be a pantry side or a whole shelf or a whole cupboard of all these old, low quality, expired supplements that half of them are junk and you probably shouldn't be taking them, or you probably shouldn't have bought them. They were either on sale, you saw an ad, a friend told you to grab it, maybe a doctor, and there was no real explanation. So I would like to see clean pantries of a few good quality products and then save that space for something else. Okay. Why most people get this wrong, I kind of talked about this a little bit here. So random use of supplements, there's no timing or strategy, which I'm hoping I can change that today. And then taking things in isolation randomly when you don't remember to take your stack. And then chasing a trend instead of an actual routine, or products like, let's say, for example, you could look at a creatine, right? Creatine is great for women. That is mostly known for men and maybe the lifting or bodybuilding world, right? So I think more research is coming out, but it's great for women because women need to build strong, lean muscles. And women also, like everyone, but women in particular, their muscle mass is declining rapidly after the age of 30. And most of the women we work with are 40 plus. So if you're not supplementing properly, if you don't have proper resistance training, your muscle is disintegrating at a very rapid rate. So you have to do something about that. So if you look at something like creatine, without understanding or without having the knowledge, you may not understand that's great for you in particular. And it's also great for brain health. And women in the menopause, they deal with a lot of brain fog. So that's why that's important to understand and have the proper education to know, like, there are other things that you can be doing to supplement your health, and creating routines and stacking habits is super important. And then, so I guess my point is that you could take a creatine that is one of the longest or most well-researched supplement, safe, staying away from the junk and all the other colors and flavorings. That's creatine. Or you could take, there's this latest trend on fill in the blank. I'm just going to take that. And then you lose interest, you lose focus, doesn't work for you. So half of it sitting in your cupboard, right? It's a little bit different than having the knowledge and understanding of good quality supplements. Like, we don't have 100 supplements, and that's for a reason. We're going to grow our product line, but we grow that slowly and intentionally. So there's proper education based around it. So for example, we know, like, there's clear research that collagen is a great product. So we have brought in the best quality product, collagen, that we could find. It's one of the very few organic collagens on the market. It's the only Canadian organic collagen on the market. So I feel like if you guys paid more attention to quality and understanding around the supplements that you're purchasing, instead of just grabbing randomly because, I should grab a D, not knowing that a pill doesn't do a great job and you need a K to go with it, that's not really going to do a lot for you. So then you stop taking it instead of taking something more intentionally, like you have your liquid D plus K2. And that's a quality product that you take every day or every morning when you get up. So it becomes more of your lifestyle or more of a habit as opposed to randomly taking supplements. Okay, smart stacking. Let's get into it a bit. I strongly believe we should be having a protein supplement first thing in the morning. It's the easiest way to start your day off with protein. And why we prioritize protein is because there's so many, there's such a lack of getting enough protein in your diet, especially if you're a woman. So if you start off with a protein, I like bookending your days for morning routine, evening routine, whatever it is. So if you're starting off with a protein, I would suggest ending off with a protein. That's a great way to bookend your day, knowing you're starting and ending your day off with your protein. That head above shoulders will probably give you more protein content than most women in this age group take. Okay. So if you're starting your day off with a protein, that's 25 grams of protein, you could put that in a smoothie and you can combine it with a number of things like spinach, blueberries, Greek yogurt, almond milk, whatever that may be. And you can blend that up. So that's a smoothie. If you want, I didn't talk about my Spartan this weekend. I got my hands taped up. I'm ready to go. So that's a good way to start your day with a boost of 25 grams of protein in a smoothie, right? You can also take this in a shake. Now, a shake and a smoothie are very different. In a shake, the simplest form is you have a shaker cup, you put a scoop of protein in there, you put your almond milk, water, dairy milk, whatever you want, and you shake it up and you drink it. That's it. That's as simple as that can be. So that's again, 25 grams of protein. Our vanilla protein is, all the ingredients are organic, fermented, and or sprouted. Okay. We have digestive enzymes. We have no chalky aftertaste. This isn't going to cause gas, bloating, as long as you don't chug it as quickly as humanly possible, like we often see. So that is that's the very simplest form. You can just start off with that. Of course, that's not a stack, but stay with me. You could grab your creatine. And so adding 5 grams, which is 1 scoop. So adding 5 grams of creatine in the morning can help improve brain function, and then it can help your muscles out as well to help you work out longer, harder. This prevents lactic acid from building up. So a number of different benefits from creatine, right? That's not going to change your protein content. It's going to offer a different value. So this could be a stack in its simplest form. You have 1 scoop of protein and you have 1 scoop of creatine. Maybe you have this first thing in the morning and then you have your workout. Okay. So this would be called a pre-workout stack. You could stack your vanilla protein and your collagen. So this is a great stack. I would say this should be your beginning stack or a beginner stack in its simplest form after just your protein. And I'll tell you why. There's clear research around the concept of 30-30-30. And I say this all the time. So if you haven't heard it before, great. If you heard me say it many times, I'm going to continue saying it. So 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking up and 30 minutes of exercise. Okay. So what that does is it boosts your metabolism and it gives your body basically instant boost of protein, which our body needs. It has a high thermic effect, so it can increase your metabolism and help you burn body fat. So 1 gram here is 25 grams, one scoop, 25 grams, one scoop, 11 grams, that's 36 grams. And that's going to give you your 30 plus grams of protein to help your body burn body fat. Okay. And it's very simple. The collagen, it dissolves easily in liquid. There's no smell, no taste. As soon as it hits you can smell it in the bag, but as soon as it hits your coffee, tea, shake, there's no taste, there's no smell. It dissolves instantly. We actually had one of our members, I think there's almost no chance that he's watching. I'm not going to mention names. We had one of our members and he was like, oh no, I don't want that. It tastes bad. And like, there's no taste. I can promise you that. Like I said, you can smell it. But she wanted her husband or maybe significant other to get some collagen in because she wants him to improve his health as well. And he's not super interested. So she took a scoop and put it in his evening tea. They have evening tea together and it dissolved and there's no taste and he had no idea it was there. Which cracks me up. It's an awesome story. So this would be collagen for different benefits, right? So that's better for ligaments, tendons, bone health. You have digestion in particular. It's good for your gut, stomach lining. A lot of people have leaky gut and don't know it. So it's good for hair, nails, skin elasticity. So collagen has slightly different benefits than a protein, which is more for muscle building or muscle recovery, let's say. So this is a really nice stack. You put this together in your shaker cup. Maybe that's first thing in the morning. That could even be like maybe you want to have a yogurt bowl. Maybe let's say, for example, you have a yogurt granola bowl first thing in the morning. Then you want to do your workout. And then this is your post-workout stack. And you could even have, hopefully this isn't confusing you. I'm just trying to show you there's many different options that you can have. So you could have a scoop of creatine before workout, and then you can have your post-workout stack. And you can even switch it. I think sometimes we confuse natural supplements with like pharmaceuticals. Like you probably shouldn't have activated charcoal with your like pharmaceutical subscription, right? I'm talking about medication, of course. And I don't really speak on that much because I'm not a doctor. But like a lot of times people are like, didn't know I can have those together. I don't want to mix them. Is there any adverse effects? Like it's pretty rare when you run into supplements that shouldn't be combined. There's just some supplements that are better combined. So this could be your pre-workout stack. And then you have a scoop of creatine to help your muscles recover after your workout, and then you have a breakfast. So a number of different options here. If that didn't confuse you enough, let me know in the comments if this is helpful or if this is confusing. That would help me better understand in the future if I'm offering you guys too many options. Good morning, Cheryl. Cheryl says, I should sneak that into my husband's coffee. See if he notices. You should. I would love to hear if he notices. I would guess there's a very small chance. Let's see. Okay, so this is maca. This is great for hormone regulation. It's great for natural energy. It's great for your libido, which will increase your sex drive, which is something I don't talk about too often. Every once in a while I'll say that and people are like, we'll have like our members say, why don't you say that more often? So there is a taste, there is a flavor to maca, but it can be added to anything, really. You can add it to granola, you can add it to your oatmeal, you can add it to your shake or smoothies. So this can be an added stack right here. So you have your vanilla protein and you have your collagen, and then you can throw in your maca as well. So that would be a good energizing stack to start your day. Now, if you want me to give you one specific for brain health, if you have health history of brain types of conditions in your family, like Alzheimer's, dementia, etc., I would suggest or if you're experiencing brain fog, let's say, I would suggest that you stack a supplement from being in the warehouse, but I would suggest that you would stack a supplement based around brain health. Now, none of these have flavor, which is fantastic. So this is our MCT oil. This is called caprylic acid. It's actually called brain fuel. It processes differently in your body, goes directly to the brain, and it helps with cognitive function. You have your creatine, which again, as I mentioned earlier, great for brain health. And then you have your Magtin. Magtin is the only magnesium that can break the blood-brain barrier. Great for mood, brain clarity, cognitive function. So this is a different stack that you can put together. There really would be no taste. So you could put this in a shake, like in almond milk, and you could shake all of this up. You put 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon, and then 1 scoop. So let's say, for example, this is your morning shake. In your morning shake, you want 1 scoop of vanilla protein, you want 1 scoop of creatine, and then you throw in a teaspoon of Magtin and then a tablespoon of MCT oil. Well, that's a stack. That stack is more directed towards brain health. So I feel like I should leave it at that. That's probably a lot that I've shared already.
One of the things I would like to ask of you guys is that some of you know that I don't run ads on the show and don't plan on in the immediate future. So the only ask I have for you is that you help us spread the word so we can help more women burn body fat, increase energy, and balance their hormones. And the only way that we can do that is if you can rate and review this podcast. So the single thing that I could have you do or could ask of you is to leave a review. It'll take 5 minutes or 1 swipe with a thumb. It would mean the absolute world to me. And more importantly, you could change the world for someone else. As many of you know, there's plenty of women that struggle in this age group for balancing hormones, increasing energy, and burning body fat. So if you could help spread the word, that would make a big difference in our life and probably someone else's as well.
I guess my point is that you can stack different supplements for different purposes. You can have a pre-workout stack. And if you really want, send me a message. And if you're not really sure which supplements to stack for your purpose, so you're going to say, what supplement should I stack? And I'm going to say, what are you hoping for? It could be a pre-workout. It could be a post-workout. It could be for your evening routine. It could be for brain health. It could be for digestion. Whatever it is you have to decide what goal that you want to achieve. And then we can help you stack your supplements. I will, to be quite honest with you, I put all of these in my morning shakes. I have this every single morning, and I don't put the Magtin in. I have the Magtin in the afternoon. But this is what I stack. This is my morning shake. I put vanilla protein, 1 scoop of vanilla protein. I put in 1 scoop of collagen, 1 scoop of creatine, and then 1 scoop of maca. Sometimes I'll throw in MCT oil, but I usually have that later in the day, more for brain function stuff. Our brain function is usually a bit later in the day. So that's what, with our Magtin MCT oil, usually like early afternoon in an elixir. So I'm going to leave you with that. I would suggest like this kind of stuff has to be a routine. Like you have to, in my opinion, the morning is best because then you don't forget about it. We tend to forget, like when I say take your chlorella in the evening, or I'd suggest taking your chlorella, like your green tabs. You would take that around supper time, and you probably take that with supper. Stacking a habit, you put those tabs on your plate as you set your dinner plates on the table. Like when, for example, Dorothy came here, we just had a team meeting, and she put 5 tabs on everyone's table. Like if you do that in the morning, in the evening, I set out, I pour a liquid mag, along with this other concoction that I can share another time, but I put out 5 tabs for me, for my wife, and for my son. I set that all out. I pour our mag the night before. I create our shakes that evening. So they're all ready to go. We just pull them out of the fridge in the morning. So that can help. And that's part of our routine. It's not, I don't take a day off. I don't even think about it. It's like when I do the same thing on the weekend. Like Saturday night, I'm making supplements for Sunday morning. So if you can create this as part of your routine, then you don't have to try to figure out, remember it, right? And I would suggest, let's say, for example, you want to start with 2 supplements. Just start with 2 supplements. Don't go to Costco and grab the multivitamin because it's on sale, because it's junk anyways. Okay? Take your 2 supplements until they're gone. And then say, you know what? That really worked. I want to level up. So I'm going to grab some creatine. I'm going to add that to my stack. Then take this stack until it's gone and say to yourself, I'm not going to buy a bunch of other random supplements and forget to take them because that's not part of my routine. This is my routine. That's your stack. That's what you're going with. Maybe for a morning, like your morning shake, that's your set in stone. That's what I'm going to do before breakfast or as part of breakfast, and then decide, okay, you know what? I've got this down. This is a great stack. Now I'm going to work on a brain function stack. So I'm going to try MCT oil and some Mag10, and I already have creatine. So let's throw those together and see how those work. And then stick with that stack. Don't buy a bunch of other random supplements because they're on sale and you think you're saving money. You're not saving money if you buy supplements and they sit in your cupboard, you never use them. Right? They're going to expire and they're probably not good for you anyways, especially if they're super cheap and they're on sale because no one wants to buy them. Right. I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you so much for joining live if you're here in person. And if you're watching the replay as well, we appreciate that. Drop a comment below and let us know that you are watching the replay too. That's all I have for you. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll catch you soon. Bye, everyone.